been exceedingly obvious that our country has taken an economic downturn. Simply, a group of students, Diesel, directing in educational struggles and economic letdowns, has decided to research effects on the economy through something we all understand: school. Being students, we are intimately familiar with education, and lately, the large amount of cuts imposed upon it. Having been personally affected by their changes, we consider it natural to research the causes and, if possible, remedies for the situation. To find answers, we interviewed 3 Homer staff members: history and English teacher Art Welch, superintendent Rob Ridgway, and economics and government teacher Terry McCown about their thoughts on the economic impact of our school.
We think, or we know, that the school aid budget based on the January Revenue Estimating Conference, which occurs twice a year, once in January, once in May, so it's going to come up again, that the school aid fund is about $433 per student short. Okay, and what that equates to here in Homer is somewhere around $1 million less in revenue.
Well, obviously, some programs have gone away or been scaled back. Some of the things with auto shop, many of the ag programs have been cut way back. Some sports have disappeared. A lot of cultural things, chess club or things like that, are no longer there. And part of that is student interest, and part of it is economics. There's also the idea on, economically, as a small district, we're certainly feeling the pinch with things, and it's the idea of our budgets for our classroom is getting smaller and smaller. Even simple things like pencils are less and less. A lot of teachers are putting in money and maintaining these things, but obviously things like textbooks, well, that's what will make them last. What was on a 5-7 year cycle, well, we'll now do this for 10 years.
In terms of our priority, we start in the classroom, and then those extracurricular activities are probably number 2 priority. And then after that, other things that don't affect students as much, because I think those extracurriculars are as important as the other items that we have. And we have some things that we take great pride in that a lot of you are involved in different aspects, and we've got to make sure that we keep those intact or we lose our identity.
A small school, I think we have a pretty good academic program, but it's really being squeezed. The school board and the superintendent is in the process of discussing, can we afford to offer advanced XYZ program? Is it cost effective? Can we offer this for 8, 10, 12 people? And once upon a time, that was no longer an issue. If we had people to do it, we would do it. And now it's this, there's a dollar sign on everything.
We would save $370,000 if we didn't replace 4 teachers that retired. Right now there's 10 officially that are participating in this early buyout.
Well, it's a double-edged sword because you have a lot of veteran good teachers who are leaving, and which that's a negative thing on education. But then it allows salary cap space for the district to make sure that it's fiscally sound, and then younger teachers are able to keep their jobs. So it's one of those things where you got to weigh the positives and negatives. But I think it's a very proactive move by the board and the superintendent to make sure that Homer's is fiscally sound.
We are asking and formally asking people to do what they can do to raise money for their activities, their outside activities if possible. I'm not against fees to play sports. As a parent, if there was a fee to play or a fee to participate in extracurricular activities, I would not be someone that would be opposed to it. I think that we do have some community members, some kids, some students, some parents who are having trouble in these economic times, and they would probably be strapped to do it, and we may have some less participation, and that worries me.
I would say yes, because I have a lot of responsibilities. I have a mortgage, a family, those type of issues. So anytime you have those type of responsibilities, job security is a big thing.
The economy is the biggest factor. I mean, when we're talking about cuts in the state aid or cuts per pupil, those are significant cuts.